Hey, welcome to the Part-Time Players podcast. This is episode 11. This is the casual gaming podcast where two pals discuss video games. If this sounds interesting to you, please sub or like the podcast so we can ride that algorithm to the top of the charts. My name is Reece Lagden and my co-host is my pal Brad. How are you doing today, Brad?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. I like the new little intro you got there.
Yeah, I thought I'd add a little bit extra. I thought I'd add a little sub and the algorithm to the top,
Little script. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good,
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, thanks for breaking the fourth wall right there,
Yeah, well, it's
straight off script.
This is what the listeners like. They like our realness and shoddy podcasting. So that's what they.
That's what they. A little bit more professional, but then we will just bring it back to the shopping. You're always going to bring it back. Yes. Like the elastic band that just brings it back
you
down.
try and make it professional, and I will just bring it back down with a dull thump because I know what the listeners like, and they like it real.
Well, you know what they like in Virginia.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Anyway, what you been up to this week? Or last week?
Not a lot really. I think it's just the same every week. It's the same. Just work. Went out the weekend to a pub. I was in the pub. Social distancing in the pub, that was all right. There's actually one of the good things to come from this whole COVID thing is you can now just sit at your table and order drinks through your phone. So,
that is pretty good.
Yeah, just download the app and then getting booked straight into your table. I was seeing waitresses and waiters walking around with trays with just like a bag of crisps on, like people just people are ordering. So yeah, it's just pure convenience.
I imagine it's such a new learning curve of like bar stuff that I've now got to do all this table service and with food as well. I was talking to a few business owner at work and they own pubs, so they were just talking about like staff and stuff are just really unhappy because of the amount of extra work they got to do. They're not only got to do all that, but also got to clean in between and obviously they're not getting paid any extra to do all this extra stuff, and it's just like staff are just really not happy with all the extras they've got to do now. So
it's bad for people. It might be bad for people in like the hospitality sector, and obviously it's a terrible, deadly pandemic. But it made me going to the pub easier. So,
I agree. There are some things that I think have benefited from it. I can't remember what it was, but there was something else that I was like, oh, this is really good. I think like the gym as well is another one I think's really benefited from it. Yeah. Because like all the hygiene stuff, you're kind of like, this probably should have been in the gym before. Sanitizing things down and washing your hands when you come in. And we've got like an app now in the gym I go to where before you had to do like a passcode to get in. Everybody's touching the keypad. And obviously you don't have that now. You just have like a QN code or QR code, whatever it's called, sorry. And then, you just scan your phone and it just opens the door for you. So technology and... Yeah, so maybe it was obviously other than the deaths, but maybe
obviously there's a lot of downsides to it, and obviously we're not making light of it, but I suppose we are in a way. Just the pub was and less busy as well, so no more having to stand at the bar and like fight your way to get in, to get ignored for 15 minutes before you can get a drink. So
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, was it a weird atmosphere in the pub, or was it?
No, to be fair, when I was in it, I was talking to a mate about it, and like you wouldn't have known really. You wouldn't have known that anything else was different. It was just the same.
It was a bit of a dive, kind of your usual.
Well, it's like the pub I go to, and it's just it's just a nice.
A local, at your old house.
No, I have to.
It's not so local.
No. So it's not my old local, which isn't local anymore. This is my old local. So.
Oh, okay. I was going to say a new old local.
Yeah, no. This is my old. This is where I used to go when I was like, 18 and 19, and tear up the town when I was.
When you were Brad the Lad.
When I was Brad the Lad, yeah. If everyone ever sees my PSN gamer tag, they will see that I was Brad the Lad. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You are the Brad the Lad.
I would love to change it. I know you can change it now, but I just can't be bothered. So I'm just going to keep it.
I think it's all right. Your PSN's all right. Yeah. Sometimes I think about changing mine. Mine's like Reece 18. I'm kind of like, I made it when I was 18. And the 18 is kind of like,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not 18 anymore, so
I couldn't have Brad the Lad. I had to do Brad _ lad 87. So
okay, yeah.
I prefer my Xbox gamer tag. That's a better one.
Oh, okay, what's that associated to? Halo.
Yeah, Halo. So
Remember?
it's MA5C Brad. So it's named after the assault rifle from
What a fucking dork.
Yeah, I love it. What can I say?
I know. Well, good. Hopefully, you'll get to play the game in 2023 or whenever it comes out. You know.
Well, when I used to play online, everyone used to just like obviously when you chatting when you like playing like team deathmatch or whatever, they used to just call me Mac Brad, and it's like no, it's not Mac. No, it's not Mac Brad. It's MA5C. Yeah, like Mac Brad. It's like it's not Mac Brad.
I know, yeah. The amount of funny names you see as well, because I played Destiny quite a bit, and it was obviously like an international multiplayer game. The amount of people's PSN accounts is kind of like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Play with all sorts of people called Waffles and all things, you know what I mean? Just
I like the craziest word you could think of, the craziest gamer tag you could think of.
Well, you know, it's a family-friendly show.
You know, you got Waffle.
Well, it was the first person I thought of that I generally played with, which was friendly enough to say on the podcast. So
okay, yeah, because it is a family show. Yeah, that is true.
Exactly, daytime television.
Yeah. But what about you? What are you doing? You doing anything?
Nothing really particularly interesting. Same as you. Work. Played a bit of games. Been playing Fall Guys, which I know we played at the weekend.
Which was amazing.
We'll discuss in a bit.
Yeah.
Other than that, I tried getting the platinum for Ghost, so I've also been chucking away with that.
Yeah.
Also been doing some research.
Still playing Ghost.
Still playing. We'll one day we'll review it when Brad finally pulls his finger out his ass.
Well, like I said, this is a game I like, so I'm probably never going to finish it.
Okay, you're taking your time.
Yeah, if it's a game I don't like, I'd have had it finished weeks ago.
So, it's a bit like a meal, isn't it? When you like enjoying this meal, you take your time, but normally you just scoff it down. You just absolutely
all food I eat at exactly the same pace, so it just goes. Sorry,
you don't even munch. You just
gulp. Don't. I was like, I'm like a horse with a nose bag, just going for it. Just.
That's a sight. That is some kind of picture there, right there.
Yeah, I know. Terrible, scary.
It is. It's terrifying. Imagine it. Just you're eating your food, just an elastic band around the back of your head. Just a crisp bag in your face.
I tip it all into like a Sainsbury's carrier bag, and I put I put the handles around my ears, and obviously then I'm just
Okay. Also, can be used as a face mask. So
it is. Well, it doubles up.
Exactly. You can do it in like a shop or whatever. Yeah. So
I can go into a shop and eat at the same time. So
and cinema now. So
Yeah, no. But,
practical.
You wouldn't think, me saying like this, you wouldn't think, the physique I've got, which, obviously ripped and shredded. You wouldn't think.
I can see the audio listeners. I can see the video version, and he's jacked.
Yeah, like Wolverine, like Hugh Jackman on, from the Wolverine.
Oh, Hugh, yeah. 0% body fat, yeah.
If anything,
I've also been doing some research into TVs.
Oh, okay.
Just because it was just a discussion at guys at work that are going to get the PS5 and whatever. And one of them said to me, you do realize that your TV's not going to be compatible with like 120 frames at 4K? And I was like, really?
Fuck off.
Yeah, I was like, he said, yeah, you're going to buy the new console and you're going to get no benefits from the new games. I was like, well, you just like ruined my fucking week.
Yeah.
So then I did a little bit of research into it, and he's kind of, he's correct, but he's kind of half not correct. So my TV can only do up to 60 frames. So if it does do 120, I wouldn't be able to do it. However, most of the games at launch won't be able to do 120, but what I've seen, I don't know if PlayStation have confirmed it, but Microsoft have definitely confirmed that the standard for the Series X will be 60 frames, and it can go up to 120. So I think like the requirements is it has to be a minimum 60.
Yeah.
But then it will go to 120. So it's probably not a thing that we would need to get straight away, but you probably would need to upgrade. And the thing that you need to enable this is your HDMI port needs to be 2.1 rather than 2.0. So I've been learning what 2.0 does and 2.1. Then I was looking at like refresh rates. Then I was looking at different like HDRs, and then there's things called like lag and stuff in like the gaming things, and yeah, I've done a little bit of research. So it kind of put me down to these two TVs that you can
And
kind of
they,
get. It's either the Samsung Q80T,
yeah.
or there's an LG CX, which is an OLED TV, which are both around the £1,000 mark. If you go any higher, then go into like city, like, I don't know, 3,000-5,000. Do you know what I mean? You're going to super duper ridiculous. But them two seem
some
to be the
people
ones
would say £1,000 for a TV is ridiculous. You know, it's.
I suppose.
If you're looking at buying the PS5, which is potentially be, I don't know, £700 and then a TV, it's a
pricey endeavor. But yeah, I thought I'd look them up and deciding between the two.
Yeah.
And then what kind of decided it was OLED is better in a dark room.
Right, okay.
And QLED, which is Samsung's thing, is better in a bright room with loads of windows. And as you can probably see, I'm surrounded by windows.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick one. It's going to be the Samsung.
Right, okay. There you go. Yeah, no, it's I never really knew that HDMI's have made a difference. So HDMI ports.
Yeah, there's three. There's
learn something new every day.
1.4, 2.0, and 2.1 now. And it depends on your cable as well, whether it's compatible and things like that. So, because then it might start making me think, like, because I got a pretty cheap cable, because I got an Apple TV, 4K Apple TV, and I just, because, I don't know, Apple are a bit broke, you know, with their $2 trillion bound. They don't actually give you a HDMI port when you buy the 4K Apple TV, which is a bit like, come on, Apple.
Yeah.
So I bought just like a cheapy one. Then it made me think, do I actually have a 2.0 cable?
Probably not, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, really? And then I was looking at like the little writing on the side to see if I worked out. It turns out that I think I do actually have a 2.0.
Oh, okay.
And I am, because I was thinking, it's all these years, I actually haven't been watching 4K 60 on my actual TV when I've been thinking I've been watching 4K.
Yeah.
It shows what I know. I don't know.
It doesn't affect me. I don't have a PS4 Pro or like an Xbox Series X. Xbox One X. So nothing I have has like 4K anyway. So at the minute, what I've got is is alright. I think that will do me. But it's worth looking into all this stuff when you have to upgrade, because you want to have the best possible setup. So
if not, a lot of people at work, because obviously, like you said, the $1,000 is quite expensive, and if you don't want to invest into a TV, a lot of them are getting monitors, like PC monitors.
Okay, yeah.
Because obviously PC monitors are got even faster refresh rate than 120. You can get like 240 and something ridiculous like that, and you get all the bells and whistles, because obviously it's designed for gaming. And they kind of have their desk set up, and that's where they play games. A bit like you kind of got your little setup.
Yeah.
You probably a monitor, like a really good like 4K HDR monitor will probably be better for you. And my setup is more sitting on my sofa playing on my TV, so I kind of wanted it my TV rather than a monitor. If not, I'd probably gone for the monitor by the desk. I don't actually have a desk.
Yeah, no, at the minute, my setup, I've got a little 32-inch Philips TV. So, but I sit so close to it, it feels like I'm in a cinema. So it's
exactly. So sometimes I wish I kind of had a setup like with a desk, like a desk chair, and just kind of play like that. But
No, see, and I'm the other way around. I would rather have it set up in the living room and just
living room sofa.
The only reason, the only reason I have it set up like is due to necessity. So,
fair enough, mate. Anyway, go on to the news this week.
The news. My iPad might die during this, so we'll see how far we get.
Oh wow! Well, we are prepared. Okay, so who wants to kick it off? Do you want to kick it off, Brad? With the
I'll kick it off. Yeah, there was that trailer released. I think when was it? Last week, end of last week. Black Myth Wukong. And it's a independent Chinese game studio, and they released like 15 minutes of gameplay. We don't know if it's we don't know, if it's like I don't know if it's like final build or whatnot, but
I think it's very early. They said they confirmed it's very early. It's like years out.
Yeah, so it looked quite good. It looked like it was based around. I don't know if it's like Chinese mythology with there was a program from years ago in like the 60s called Monkey Magic, I think it was, and that was based off some sort of I don't know if it's based on actual myth or whatnot. And there was a game that came out a few years ago on the 360 and PS3 called Odyssey into the West, where it had Andy Serkis in.
Okay, yeah.
And then in that you played as Monkey, and it looked like I'm just assuming really it looked like that, because obviously looks like you're playing as a monkey, and there's a lot of like mythical animals and all that. But from what I saw, it looked quite good. It kind of looked a bit like like Demon Souls, didn't it? Like with the boss fight.
Yeah, that was my only fear. I hope it's really not difficult because it looks so cool.
Yeah. It does look really cool, yeah. The one bit that stood out to me is like when you're flying around as that little wasp, and there's just like some massive giant with the massive head just like lumbering past.
I hope it's more God of War than if it's more God of War, then
it's good.
It looks so good.
If it's like then he's like Demon Souls, it puts me off because I think we said about it before. I don't really enjoy that type of game.
Yeah,
but for other people, it would. Definitely appeal to them because they love it. So, but yeah, it's one of those games where we've seen it, and is it, are we going to hear more, or is it just going to be kind of disappear? Because some games do that, don't they? They release trailers and then you never hear anything of them again. So,
yeah, I think they went to Twitter. The devs went to Twitter, or the publisher, I can't remember which one now, and they kind of said they were overwhelmed by the reaction because I think it's got like something silly amount of like 15 million views on IGN, like when they posted it or whatever. And they should have said they were overwhelmed by the positive reaction, and they're now going to go silent to finish the game.
Okay. Yeah.
So I imagine we probably won't see anything from this until 2030, as games normally do. Do you know what I mean? You get a little
PS6.
clip, and then
yeah. Because they got announced at E3 a few years ago, didn't they? What was it? Beyond Good and Evil, was it? Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Yeah.
And then that just kind of. You've never heard anything else of it ever again.
Yeah. It's the same as another Ubisoft game, which I heard, funny enough, on another podcast, and I can't remember the guy's name, but the lead developer of Beyond Good and Evil, he also was the lead developer. And do you remember this game called Wild or Wilds?
No.
Do you not remember? It was at E3, like 4 E3s ago.
Oh, okay.
I think it was in the PlayStation conference, and it was like you could like take over like animals and stuff, and it was a bit of like an open world game. It was called Wild.
Okay.
And it was another Ubisoft game, and it's never been shown or seen ever again. And it's the same guy, and it's kind of like, why are you giving him another game? Exactly, you never finished the other game, and now he's not going to finish this. And isn't it getting like a TV program? Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah, but
very strange stuff in Ubisoft.
I don't know if you want me to go on to the next bit of news as well. I've got here.
You want to? Or I can go?
No, I'm going to go. I'm making the decision. I'm going. You're drinking your tea by the looks of it, so I'll go. COD Black Ops has finally been announced. They're doing a reveal on it's COD Black Ops Cold War, and the reveal is on this Wednesday, so the 26th of August.
Which is a mouthful of a name. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It's got like 3 titles.
Well, it's so the rumours that it was going to be set around the Cold War was obviously correct. It's being developed by Treyarch, even though apparently it was supposed to be Sledgehammer Games' turn. This they do it in cycles, don't they? Yeah. So it's supposed to be Sledgehammer, but Treyarch have taken it and doing this one. I think because obviously they've done all the other Black Ops games. So they were doing it, and there's been a leak that apparently they will have a beta before release. So these games usually come out end of October, November time, don't they? So
don't they normally have like a pre-order beta on PlayStation?
Something like that. Yeah. So there's that leaked about the beta, and there's also leaked about DLC packs. So not a lot of news because obviously the reveal is on Wednesday, so we'll watch that and or I'll watch it, and come back and
I'll give you a watch.
Yeah.
It's Call of Duty though, isn't it? I wish I could get excited for it because it always sounds really cool. Like World War II sounds cool. Cold War sounds really cool. Yeah. And I wish I could jump in, and then I just then realise it's Call of Duty, and then I'm just like,
see,
I'm just not interested anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I get you. Yeah, I used to be a big fan. I used to buy them every year, and one of my favourite Call of Duty games was the original Black Ops.
Yeah, I really like Black Ops when I was into it.
I didn't like Black Ops 2. I never liked Black Ops 2. Didn't like that. Black Ops 1 was one of my favourite Call of Duty games. So I'm a little bit interested. But again, it's a really busy window when it's probably going to get released. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll watch the announcement and have a look, see what's going on with it. And you never know, there might be something in there that surprises you, but probably not. It'll probably just be following the same old formula. But you know, sometimes a lot of people like it, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, it's the old saying. So yeah, that's all I have on Call of Duty.
Okay.
Oh, just a little thing as well. If the audio like drops or there's little spikes, it's because we use Zoom, and most of the day Zoom's been down. It actually only come back up at half hour before we had to record. So if they might still be working out some kinks. So yeah, we apologise, but Zoom's let us down. So you know, I think we should complain.
And the previous 11 episodes is also their fault.
Yeah, that's their fault as well.
Yeah.
But hang on back. We're paying for premium now, so we should be getting the premium service. You know, so
yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true. You know, well.
But I thought I'd just mention that.
Cut us off now for you complaining. You know.
Yeah, no. Sorry, Zoom.
Oh, they're listening. Okay, so the next one that I want to discuss, and I'm sure Brad's got loads of opinions about it, is Bungie announced this week which content's going to be vaulted.
Okay, I'm going to go make a coffee now. I'll leave you up there. Leave this up to you. I'm off.
Yeah, you're off now. Okay, fair enough. Let me just get it up. Oh, how interesting. So I was going to bring up a Forbes article that I put in Slack. Yeah. And when I click on the link, it says it's been removed.
Oh.
Redirected notice, which makes me think they removed it because I was going to complain about the article because it was really poor. And I think it's probably people who complain they've removed it now, which I'm not surprised. So the headline of the title was Destiny 2 and the ethics of deleting 2 years of paid content. And it was just like, this is such clickbaity nonsense because none of it's being deleted. It's being bolted. And it's simply because the game is just really too big to manage. It's ridiculous. It's like, I think currently it's like 165 gig. And there's so many planets, so many different events and matches, and they kind of needed to condense it into a lot more better game. Yeah. And as a big Destiny fan, I'm kind of quite pleased that they've made this decision. Simply because we can now start to have a lot more new content, because I think they just hit the limit of that. They just couldn't add any more.
Yeah.
So they did, for anybody who's interested, go on to Bungie and they have listed all the things that have been removed. A lot of the year 1 and year 2 content, a lot of the planets are being removed. So all like the strikes and anything that's associated with them planets are completely been removed.
So what does it mean when you say vaulted? What does that mean? You can still access it. You just got to like re-download it, or?
No. So basically what it means is they're removing it from the game.
Yeah.
But it's not being deleted, as in a future season, they could bring something back. So they brought some things back, what they said was bolted from Destiny 1, and we're getting Destiny 1 content.
Right, okay.
So some things that were in Destiny 1, which has never been in Destiny 2 before, is now going to be in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And then they're removing some of the things that are not being used in Destiny 2, and they're just taking it away. But then it can come back for future content. They can bring it back for like a season. So it could be a season where, I don't know, one of the planets they're removing is like Io. And then the planet Io might be a center theme. So then they'll bring that back and they might remove, I don't know, the moon or something to compensate the amount that's in the game kind of thing. I don't know how they're going to work it, but they've already confirmed that these things can come back and they will come back eventually.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be a thing where after a couple of years, they stop supporting like PS4 and Xbox One. And when it's fully next gen, maybe the capacity can become larger again.
Yeah.
And they can put everything back in. Maybe that's their plan of the transition, because in theory, this new update expansion should be really Destiny 3. Right, if they were still with Activision, this would be Destiny 3.
Yeah.
And that is why they kind of needed to make a decision like, we can't keep growing make 2 games. Yeah. They need to move on and make a new game. In the new expansion, they're going to be adding new powers, a new subclass, and all these different things which they've never added into the game before. So it's like massive change with a new planet, new raid, all these extra things. So in order for the game to kind of be manageable, They needed to kind of make a decision, and this is the decision they made, which I don't think is a bad thing, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it makes more sense. Yeah, I think we said about some articles being clickbaity last week, didn't we? Like the Control one, where it grabs your attention, you read it, and you're actually like, oh no, it's just got me under false
and there's
pretenses.
some kind of, I don't know the credibility of Forbes, but you kind of think Forbes is kind of a big respectable company, you get the Forbes list and stuff, like the rich list, and when I clicked on it, I wasn't expecting that, and I just read it. I read a little bit of the article when I posted it, and I was kind of like, wow, this is really poor journalism.
You can't believe
at the beginning that he didn't care because he's not a Destiny fan or player. Yeah. It's kind of like, why are you clearly really ignorant? I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's a bit of ignorance there. So,
I think you can't trust any media apart from us. Obviously, we are the exception. You can believe us.
Yeah, we are very, very transparent and honest.
Yeah, we are the only ones that you can believe. So it's obviously I don't play Destiny. I've said that before. You're a big fan, so if you're a big fan, you play it a lot, and you're absolutely fine with this. You think it's a good idea. So you're gonna believe someone who plays it all the time and has put hundreds of hours in, and supports it by buying all this new all the new packs and the DLC and that. So it's
there's only a few questions I got about it, and I don't think they've answered it yet. Is one, there's a trophy where you got to do a prestige raid, like the Levy raid, which was the first raid in Destiny 2, and that is being removed from the game. So if you haven't done it, which I haven't got the platinum because I haven't got that trophy. I once tried doing it. Well, tried doing it twice. And there was one occasion where we got to the final boss, and I started playing it at 12, and I gave up at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I got to 2 and I was just like, I can't keep doing this. And by the way, to put in context, we got to the final at 7. So we did all the other things, and we did the same. It is so difficult. You've got to get it's like 6 people, and every person's got to be in sync. Every person's got to get everything right. There's no room for error. I got up to 2 in the morning. I was just like, I can't keep going. Because when you've been doing it for that long, you kind of like, I don't want to drop out. Because if they do this after I leave, because they'll get someone else to replace me, I'm going to be absolutely gutted. So you just keep doing it. And it was just, I kind of told myself, keep going till 2. If you're not done it, just go. And I did. And they did eventually do it. But I think it wasn't until like hours and hours, still a few hours afterwards, but they did eventually do it.
So if you'd have stuck with it, you would have got it.
Yeah, but it would have meant staying up to like, I don't know, 3:30, something like that.
Yeah. Well, if you was a true gamer, you would have stuck with it. So, you would see me.
Stayed up is too.
You wouldn't see me quitting. This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You ain't got the stamina, mate.
Yeah.
For the multiplayer games.
Yeah, no. I don't like them. So I wouldn't be in that position because I wouldn't get myself into a position. And that's why I like single player games.
Well, I went into platinum. That's why I was doing it.
Yeah, I like single player games. It's like I'm just going to turn it off now. It's done.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's my bedtime, 7:00.
Next news article. You going to kick it, or should I?
Yeah, let me. I've just got to keep locking my iPad because, like I say, it's gonna die. So Xbox released a little trailer / like mini doc, which was like I don't think it's very long. It's about a few minutes, 7 minutes or something, about the UI on the Series X, and then a couple of days later, PlayStation released a trailer, which is they're obviously playing games with each other, like we said before. They're playing
you released one, I released one,
but at least the Xbox Series X one actually showed a little bit, as I say, of the UI. The PlayStation one was literally just, I don't know what it was. It was
like just a TV ad, wasn't it?
Yeah, TV ad, saying, play PlayStation 5. So,
players no limits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the
it was
UI
for the players, and now it's no limits.
Yeah, no limits. Yeah, no limits on the PS5, unless you haven't got a TV that's got a 2.1.
Play definitely has limits.
Yeah, then
the
there's
limit
limits.
is 2.1.
Yeah. So the UI on the Series X, from what I remember, because I watched this last week, and I didn't watch it again before we recorded this. Probably should have. It kind of looked a little bit the same, I think, as the Xbox One.
The Xbox?
Yeah.
I don't know what the Xbox One looks like. All I know is, does it look like tiles, like the Windows 10 tiles, or not?
Yeah, kind of. It's all I know is the Xbox UI on the Xbox One is fucking dreadful. I hate it. So on the Xbox 360, it was some of the best. It was just so easy to navigate and fluid and everything. I downloaded something onto my Xbox the other day, and I admittedly I don't play it very often. So people who are on it all the time know, and they're probably thinking I'm an idiot now. But I can't tell if something's downloading. I don't know where to look, where to go to see if it's. I just don't know. And like you can pin stuff to your homepage to it's easy to launch, but it's just I don't know. It going from what it used to be like on the 360, which was really good. Like at the beginning, they had the blades, which I thought were really good. And then it's a mess. I don't like it. So any improvement they make on the Series X is going to be good because
it looks very clean.
Yeah. Like I say, admittedly, I use my PlayStation a lot more than my Xbox, so I know my way around the Xbox UI a lot better. But the PlayStation UI a lot better. Sorry. So for other people who are only on Xbox, they don't a lot better than me. But for me personally, I don't like it, and I think it's just a bit of a. Like I speak to my brother as well, and he plays on the Xbox more than I do, and he's got a PS3, and even he said it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, which is surprising because you think Microsoft's strong point is always their software because that is what they are. They're a software company.
Yeah. No, for me, I'm not a fan. So hopefully, hopefully, if I ever do get a Xbox Series X, it'll be a little bit more, easier to understand because I'm thick. So.
It does look a bit dummy-proof, the new one.
Yeah,
it does look good. I did like it. Obviously,
it's
meaningless to me because I'm never gonna get the Xbox Series X.
Never say never. You might do. You never know.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said before, I'm so locked into the ecosystem now. It's about as exciting as me seeing the new Android software. It's
like
I'm never leaving Apple at this. Do you know what I mean? It would take some kind of massive thing to happen for me to switch at this stage because I'm so in the ecosystem. And the same with PlayStation. I want to see the UI for that. I want them to release the release date and trailer, which might not happen. But the next kind of story was going to be Gamescom 2020 lineup.
Okay, yeah.
And Microsoft are going to be there. Is that a possibility? Do you reckon they could reveal the price and release it at Gamescom?
It's got to be soon because I know you read somewhere that it said that the PS5 release date now it says late 2020. So even late. So the latest is December, which next week, is September next week. So they've got to start showing something. So it'd be it might be they could do.
Yeah. I never thought we would get to September and not know. Gamescom between the 27th and the 30th of August. Yeah. So it's a big event, and Microsoft are going to be there. It makes sense for them to do it here.
It does, yeah. They really, both of them need to buck their ideas up and start releasing some information and prices and open pre-orders and get people talking about it. Because at the minute, like I went on Twitter after the Xbox trailer got released, and everyone was just saying like, this is good, but where's the release date? Where's the price? Yeah, and the same as the PlayStation. And so everyone was saying that, it's cool. Yeah, where's the price? What's the release date? That's what people want. And like you say, like I've said it before, and I know, damn it, I'll say it again. Some people, especially now, what's going on, ain't going to be able to afford to just go out and drop 800 quid on the console straight away, and then you got games on top of that which we know are going to be more expensive, and especially if you want to upgrade your TV and that, people are going to need to well then again I suppose people are saving, they've already put money away, but it would say that
it's coming in 2020,
but so it would be nice to have a reference point of a price, you know what I mean? It's it's just been
but when you pre-order you have to pay up front though, don't you?
I don't know, I've never pre-ordered a console if I'm honest with you, so
I imagine the same as.
Yeah.
I think. No,
I think.
console,
Well, no,
I don't think I have either. But when you pre-order a game, you have to pay up front, and when you pre-order things, you pay up front.
Pay up front, yeah.
So
yeah,
I
exactly,
guess you've got to do the same with a console.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I
was thinking
more time.
Put a deposit down, but yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. The only console I've ever pre-ordered is the Star Wars Edition Xbox 360. So yeah, that's it. And I think with that. Actually, there's a story behind that. I pre-ordered it, paid the deposit. I just had to pay a deposit, and then game nearly went bankrupt. So game
really?
is the main game store over here, and I was like, I'm going to lose my pre-order, but they didn't, and somehow they're still around. I don't know how they're still open, their stores, but they are. So,
I don't know. I thought they did a deal with someone. I don't know if they got out or they did.
Well, they swallowed up Game Station, didn't they? Because you used to have Game and Game Station. So they of Game Station folded and got swallowed up. But still, every time I walk, if I ain't been to a shopping centre or anywhere like that for a while, but whenever you did, you used to walk past and it'd be empty. The only time Game was busy was at Christmas, really. It's yeah. So
it used to be one of my favourite things to do.
I used to love
as
it.
A kid or teenager is going in Game and just looking at the cases, and then after a while it came this bit of it's just a case. Why am I going in here now? I can just find more news or whatever.
I used to get the midnight launches. So Fallout 4, I went to my local Game, pre-ordered it, walked in there queuing up, with all the other Fallout fans, and walked out, walking in, everyone's just getting their normal copy. I walk in, get the big box because I got the Pip-Boy edition, and I'm walking out and everyone's going, oh, he must have the special edition. And I was like, yeah, that's right, bitches. I've got it. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to go home and wear the mask because you've got a mask. I was like, I'm going to go home, wear the mask, put the Pip-Boy on my arm and play Fallout.
I remember you having that. I remember you taking a picture and sending it to me.
Yeah, I actually it's somewhere. And I don't know if you can see behind me, Reece, you can probably see Master Chief's head up there.
Yeah, I can see.
Again, that was the Halo 3 special edition.
Okay, nice, mate, nice.
Next to my
the only midnight release I've ever done was GTA.
Oh, okay, yeah. See,
in Tesco's.
When I used to work in a supermarket on the game section, so I just used to unless it was a game I really wanted. I got Black Ops. I queued up midnight release for Black Ops 1. But and by the time Fallout came out, I didn't work there no more, so that's why I went to Game. Other than that, the games used to come in a few days before release, and we used to prep them. I used to stick mine behind, so I knew I had one, all the Grand Theft Autos and Red Dead and that, and so I didn't have to worry about it. Yeah, and anyone, and then people used to come up to me like, "Oh, put me one away." So I used to have the customers didn't really get any because it's just all the staff. If we had a limited number, the staff just took them all. We got a batch of 17 PS4s in November, and I think it was late November one, the year they come out, and we got 17, and I think about 5 got sold to the public. The rest got.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
A little bit of insider information there.
Yeah. No, it's not surprising, but at the same time, it's kind of I would never have thought of that. But
same as Black Friday. Same as when we used to do the Black Friday sales, you weren't allowed, but I used to hide stuff I wanted, up in the racking in the warehouse, just so no one else could find it. And then when I finished my shift, just go and buy it. And then people would be like, "Where's those TVs?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, it's the last one." Yeah, no.
Oh no,
yeah. But it's a perk of working in the shop, So
it is, that is definitely a big perk if you like your gaming and stuff.
Yeah, and stealing games again, and that was the other perk. So
you use it. Oh, okay.
No, I didn't really steal games. Yeah, no.
Wink. Okay, yeah.
No, I didn't do that.
There was no legal activity going on.
No, there wasn't. No.
Another publisher that's going to be there is EA.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to what we were discussing last week about Mass Effect.
Yes.
I think this is your lifeline. That it's real.
Yeah. No, it could be because you were saying why didn't they announce it last time? But if they're going to be at Gamescom, I'm hoping as soon as they announce it, although I've played them all multiple times, that I've said I'm gonna pre-order it and I'm gonna get it. So I'm really up for.
Yeah, I think this is its chance to be real because I can't imagine it just being released without any announcement, any like a big announcement. I know they can just do something on social media these days, and I'm sure everybody who's going to buy it's going to buy it. But I feel like a franchise like Mass Effect would be at some kind of event. I'm still shocked if it is real that it wasn't at EA Play, because I remember us discussing it and it was like it was so lackluster and so underwhelming. I think at one point they had a whole section where they were talking about the ethnics in Sims. That's like the lack of things they had to show.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you say ethnics or ethics?
Ethics? Is it the ethics or ethnics?
Well, I don't know what context you're talking about.
We'll just move on.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Never let it be said that we don't know what we're talking about, everyone. You know?
Oh yeah, just ignorance, plain ignorance.
Yeah.
Ethnics? I'm going to go with ethnics.
Ethnics, like it means like race of people, like.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah. So I didn't know what you.
See, you confused me. I feel like I said ethnics first, and that's what I meant. Yeah, ethnics.
Okay. Yeah.
But they were talking about the diversity in the Sims, and it was just like there was a whole section about it, like transgender and gay people. And it was like literally, there's nothing new in the Sims. It was just this whole section about that. It's kind of like you clearly have nothing to show at this. You would think a brand new remastered Mass Effect when your biggest IPs would have been there. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like they were jam packed. So this is his chance to actually be.
Obviously,
probably won't be. It'll probably be more gameplay of Star Wars Squadrons or something like that. You know.
Yeah. Some people obviously that Sims might be the only game they play, and you know it's a big seller, isn't it? So they're going to cater to that game. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, if maybe they thought, I don't know, it's a remaster. Would anyone be interested? But since all the leaks started coming out and a lot of people are talking about it, I think they realise that people do want this game. So
they must know it's massive.
It's a massive effect. You know, so
it is massive.
Oh no,
effect.
sorry, Massive Effect.
It's one of probably their highest rated IPs.
Yeah,
with Mass Effect 2 kind of thing. So, and even with like it being a bit tainted with the last one, I still think it's still got a lot of fan love.
That's even more reason to get the originals, because they're good. So it can like cleanse the dirty taste that Andromeda left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you probably, maybe you will. Hopefully we do, but you might not ever get another good BioWare game ever again.
Never, maybe not. No. So
because how many the last 2-3 games have been not that good. So Anthem, Andromeda, and what was the one before that? Dragon Age Inquisition.
Dragon Age, yeah. I think people like that one. People like Dragon Age Inquisition. So
yeah, I bought it. It was okay.
Yeah. No, I'd never really got into them. I don't really know. Yeah, it wasn't really my cup of tea. But we'll see. Hopefully, there'll be some big announcements at Gamescom. We'll talk about it next week. So I very much doubt I'll have Ghost of Tsushima finished. So, it's, But let's have a look at my news. I've switched to my phone now because my laptop did die. So I think that's all the news I've got written down here.
Okay. Well, I've got another one. Well, It's kind of a follow-up from last week, and it's about the Apple versus Epic story. And basically, Apple have kind of hit back at Epic, and they're basically going to be removing any games that are using the Unreal Engine.
Oh, yeah, I heard this. Yeah, I heard this after we'd done our podcast last week, yeah. So that can affect a lot of people, and obviously a lot of...
Yeah, it can affect a lot of indie developers and a lot of other developers there. And I think it ain't just games. I think like other apps use it as like for motion and graphics and things. So it's going to hit Epic quite hard. What's kind of like, I think maybe Epic are maybe starting to think maybe we've kind of got too big for our boots. We tried biting the hand that fed us, or whatever the saying is. And it's kind of like, maybe you shouldn't have done that because...
Well, yeah, because obviously Epic would have, they agreed to these terms and conditions with Apple. And then they've I think they might have thought there's a lot of anti-Apple sentiment at the minute. And if they move now, that everyone will be like, we're behind you. And like you say, it might have been like, oh, actually, we didn't really... This hasn't gone the way we wanted. Maybe we're going to have to do like a back office deal to
Sure.
just make this go away. So
Yeah.
there
Apple
was
said they will not remove any of these things, and Fortnite can come back. All Epic has to do is just put a version of the Fortnite game without the direct store, and nothing will happen. That's
yeah,
all they need to do. And it's
and
kind of like, I think that's quite, personally, okay, you might say I'm biased or whatever, but I think that's quite reasonable from Apple to say that. And I kind of feel like, although you kind of like, who really cares in the end, because I'm not a Fortnite fan, but I feel like, and once again, no offense to anybody that does like Fortnite, but I feel like Epic is playing on the ignorance of a lot of its Fortnite fans because they're quite a
yeah,
young
quite
audience.
young. Yeah, yeah, that's what I've
And I think they're
read as
kind
well.
of
Yeah,
using the words like monopoly and things like that. And maybe people don't really understand what a monopoly is.
yeah,
And it's kind of like, just because it's like an electronic store, it's kind of doesn't seem like it's not as bad, but it's essentially, it feels like a physical store. It's like, I don't know, it's like a farm, like a milk farmer, not happy with the supermarket's taking a cart of his milk, and he just overnight just comes, it breaks into the shop, sets up a little market within the supermarket, and starts selling the milk cheaper for what it is in the supermarket because he didn't want to pay the supermarket.
yeah.
That is essentially what they've done.
Well, that's you say that, but like something like not that didn't happen, but over here in the UK, it did like kick off with supermarkets and dairy farmers a little while ago, and there was like the dairy
Okay.
farmers going there, like tipping all the milk away or something, weren't it? They went a bit, yeah, they kind of like kicked off. So yeah, it's a good analogy there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I read as well. I don't know if this is Epic being like hypocrites, but Hitman 3 is going to be an Epic's Game Store exclusive, and it got announced 3 hours ago as well that the Crisis remaster is going to be an Epic's Game Store exclusive as well. So they're saying that, you know, Apple's got a monopoly and all this stuff, and yet then they're getting exclusive, so you can't
None
play
of this
them.
stuff is a monopoly.
Yeah, it's just
it's just a store.
they're both. Yeah, I know. I don't agree with this monopoly thing, and like you say, I don't care because I don't play Fortnite, and I definitely don't play Fortnite on my phone or, you know, tablet or whatnot. But yeah, at the end of the day, they're both multi-billion-dollar companies trying to make more money. So yeah, I kind of think they're going to
Apple last week was the first company in the world to hit 2 trillion.
Well, there you go. So they're $1 trillion company versus a $1 billion company.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So yeah,
it's
which makes me think now, because a couple of months ago, PlayStation bought stakes in Epic,
okay.
and now it makes me think: did they go for Sony? And Sony was like, "Well, we'll just give you some money, and we'll just buy some stakes in return, just to shut them up." Because they've gone for Google, like you said, they've gone from Apple. Maybe they don't go for Microsoft because obviously the Epic Store is on Windows, so maybe they're safe because of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
is Nintendo next?
Just running wild, didn't they? They just need to be,
Making so much money. Like, just, I don't know. It's like we don't want to pay the cart.
Just calm down. Go back to making Gears of War games. You know, like back in the day. Let's just do that.
I know, got their engine and everything. I
got a feeling some sort of deal will be done quietly, and the lawsuit will go away, and everything will go back to. You know,
I thought that would happen, but after this move from Apple, I don't think it will. I think unless a call gets involved and stops Apple from doing this, I think they're going to remove everything from the. I think Apple are like, no, you're kind of taking the piss now. Put everything back to normal. Won't touch you anymore. I can't see a deal being done now. I feel like it's gone too far, personally, but maybe.
Yeah, never go. You never know, but yeah, I just feel sorry for, like they say, all the indie developers that got their games on there. If you've got a game on there that's doing well, and it just gets pulled for no fault of your own.
Yeah, that is a real bummer. Yeah, I'll be absolutely gutted. I'll be gutted.
It's a bit crap, but we'll see. We'll see how it, how it pans out with the old Epic and Apple. The $1 trillion versus $1 billion. You know, I'd be happy just to get a review code. I'm a simple man, you know. That's
a review code for what?
Yeah, any
Fortnite?
game, no, not Fortnite.
I was gonna say it's free.
No, I wouldn't play. No, I wouldn't play Fortnite. No.
It's free to download. I will get you a code for Fortnite.
No, it's all right, thanks. I don't want to play that. No, my nephew plays it. He plays it a lot, but yeah, like
I did try to get into it last year. There's a few. There was a few friends at work that were playing it. It was like a little thing that we started doing, like a little group playing together. But I was never good. I kind of got carried through most of it. It was unenjoyable, and then after a while, I was just like, nah, I can't be bothered. And there was too much bants about me being shit, so I was just like, this is just not.
You was getting bullied by people at work, and you left. That's what. So
all right.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go play Destiny.
Yeah.
Where I also get bullied for being crap. Yeah.
Well, speaking about getting bullied for being crap, we played Fall Guys, and you was bullying me for being crap. So,
well, to be fair, mate, how many times did you go past round 1? Twice?
Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
And how many games did we play though? How many rounds?
I don't know. At least over 10, I think.
Yeah, about 10, 12, I think. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't very good, you know. And then I was getting cocky. The last round we played, we got round to the 4th round. Yeah, and I was getting cocky. I was grabbing someone, trying to push him off, and then I got knocked off. So, yeah. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Yeah,
it's very fun. It's very fun. Talking about Gamescom, that should have been mentioning that bit. But season 2 of Fall Guys is going to be revealed at Gamescom. So, for some reason, I'm actually interested in that now. I never thought I would be, but I'm actually quite interested to see what they're going to do for the next season now. Yeah. They're going to add new games or whatever, but it's a really surprisingly really fun game.
Yeah, it's just, and obviously free on PlayStation Plus. So
which is great for the game.
It didn't cost me, and it's good exposure as well. Like you have to pay for it on PC. It's on PC.
Yeah.
So
Steam
you pay for
or the Epic Store or something like that?
Pay for it on there, but obviously a lot of PlayStation users getting free, and people like it, and then it gets them buying the packs and the installed currency and that. But I thought it was it was really good, really enjoyable.
It was very enjoyable. I really enjoyed it.
And even after I got knocked out, just watching you go through it was
it's actually really surprisingly entertaining watching someone else. It's actually really funny. I wish I kind of got knocked out and then I could just watch you, because where you're not very good, it's funny watching someone that's not very good.
Yeah.
Because I was playing it all last week, and I was playing it with friends at work, and we're all quite new at it at this time.
Yeah.
So we were all bad. Where I'm not saying I'm good, but I kind of know what I'm doing with each game.
Yeah.
So it's not as funny watching me now, but before it was absolutely hilarious watching someone just completely struggle through the thing, and then when there's a few people in the party as well, it's a fun game. It's a fun, really fun game.
I'm definitely going to give it. Yeah, we have to give it a few more games, and as well, I think it's the kind of game that my girlfriend, who doesn't really play a lot of games, I think she'd like it. She'd enjoy it. Yeah.
Did you? I know you said the other day that you said you was going to recommend. Have you spoke to her about it?
I spoke to her about it, but I haven't shown her it yet. I'm going to get her. She plays when she does play online. Or the only game she really plays online with her mates was, they used to be obsessed with Call of Duty Zombies. They played that a lot, and during lockdown, a lot of Monopoly for the PlayStation was played, because it was in a sale at some point. So it was a tenner, and all they did, her and they used to have a party of 6, and they just play Monopoly all the time, just obsessed with it.
Oh, really?
So, I don't know. I don't know why.
Xbox or whatever.
On the PlayStation. Yeah. So they just absolutely loved it. So, this might be the next game she likes to play. So
okay. Well, then you're never going to finish Ghosts, are you? Because you'll be
playing. No. But then I'll have to be an excuse to go out and buy a PlayStation Pro. So.
Okay. Well. On the eve of the PS5.
On the eve of the PS5, but I'm not going to get the PS5 for a while. So
Fair enough. Okay, so I guess rounding up the news quickly. I don't know if you got the link there, but the best-selling games of the week.
Let's have a look. Let me open Slack. Yes, here's somewhere.
Going back to number 1 is Animal Crossing.
Oh, really? Let's have a look.
Wow, that's getting another boost. It's quite incredible. I know the game's big, but I never would have imagined. This is why probably Nintendo's not bothered about doing another Direct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're making so much money.
Number 1
anyway.
or number 2 for so long since its release. I don't think it's been out of the top 3, as far as I'm aware.
No. I'm opening the app, the link that you sent me, but it doesn't actually give me the chart. It's just got Animal Crossing tops the charts.
Yeah, you got to press read more.
Okay, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I suppose. Here we go. Yeah, Animal Crossing PGA Tour 2K21 is number 2. So that's a new entry.
2K,
And,
2Y,
yeah,
21,
2K.
do you mean?
Yeah, well, whatever. And EA Sports UFC 4 is number 3, which was last week's number 1. So Animal Crossing, which has been out since April, has knocked it off the top.
Yeah, it was number 2 last
Yeah,
week, and now it's gone back to number 1
He's
again.
done some sort of mixed martial arts move on it and just and taken it down. See, I know MMA. I know MMA. I know it. I don't.
Yeah.
Don't interest me at all. So, Ghost of Tsushima number 5. So it's gone
you
down.
skipped Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart is always there. So, okay, so Mario Kart Deluxe 8 Deluxe is number 4. Was number 3, so that's gone down. And then Ghost of Tsushima is 5. Minecraft 6. Minecraft's always there, though, isn't it? It's just never. FIFA 20. That's a lot of people playing in preparation of FIFA 21.
Yeah, I think it's been on sale. I think they just put it on sale just before the new one comes out, and then I think it gives you a little boost again.
Yeah. And what's number 8 is Grand Theft Auto 5, which is ridiculous. And if I start talking about Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm going to have a little rant. So I'm going to not talk about that.
Yeah, let's skip that.
Marvel Spider-Man, that was in the sale, wasn't it? So that's I think it was like $11.99, I think it was. Okay, and then Ring Fit Adventure. I know that during the lockdown and a little bit afterwards. Well, I don't know if it still is. You couldn't get that. It's sold out everywhere. I suppose everyone doing their, if you can't do exercise with Joe, you're going to do Ring Fit Adventure. So
yeah. What do you know? What's quite incredible about all these Nintendo? There's so many in the top 20.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo doesn't give away any of its downloads numbers. So none of these are digital.
Yeah,
this is just physical.
Yeah,
and they're still number 1.
Yeah,
isn't that incredible?
It is incredible. Yeah, they're making so much money. They're making bank. One jumping to number 13, which is surprising. Oh, Days Gone's back up. Back up in the top 20.
That was.
But again, that was in the sale. I bought that. I haven't paid it yet, obviously.
Last of Us has dropped right down. That's wonder why.
Last of Us, that is not surprised because it's a bit rubbish. Last of Us Remastered is number 24, number 23. So
yeah. All the PlayStation, so-called PlayStation hits, even God of War, whatever. Yeah, all getting a boost because clearly they're all been in a sale recently. Okay.
Annoying thing talking about sales. Apparently, I got Far Cry 5 Gold Edition. So you get all DLC. I got it for like $15.99, and I thought, man, that's a good price. So apparently, my mate, I was talking to him, he got the same game, but obviously without the DLC. He got it for £6 in the sale, and I didn't see it for £6. I would have just bought that. I would have just got that. I don't really care about the DLC. So I was like, I told him, I was like, I got it. He's like, oh yeah, I got it. It's only £6, and I was like, what? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, $15.99. You mean? He's like, no. And I was like, oh. So I was a bit. That must have been hidden. Must have been hidden away because as you're scrolling through and you're going to the sale, there it is for $15.99. You're like, oh yeah, good price.
Yeah, I always noticed that the Ultimate Editions and the Deluxe Editions are always first.
Yeah.
And then the last one tucked away in the corner is the Standard Edition. Yeah. It's kind of like, we kind of offer that in the back.
Yeah, if you want that. Yeah, if you want, you can have it. But that was but you never know. I might get around to playing the DLC. I probably won't. I probably won't get around to playing the actual game. So. Yeah, we'll wait and see. It's good.
Oh, well, I think that's the news roundup for this week, don't you?
News. We got a jingle for the news roundup, or
news.
Probably should have put that at the beginning of the news, shouldn't we?
No, well, it's an outro.
Oh, it's an
jingle,
outro.
So
okay.
Maybe we can work on an intro out. Oh, you've gone dark now.
I was just saying that last week you could see my head floating, but if I didn't have my light on this week, it literally would just be.
Okay, it's even darker. Wow, yeah.
Dark,
yeah, interesting.
It's not interesting.
So
it's not
next segment is the Avengers impressions. This time it's your turn. Obviously, you played it finally.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? What's your opinion? Has it changed?
It's right. That's it. That's my review. Yeah.
Is that it?
What I played of it, I just done the campaign part of the beta. So it was like a couple of missions. So you played a bridge mission, the opening bridge mission. So you cycle through each Avenger. So you get to play them for a few minutes each. One thing I didn't like about it, when you're playing as the Hulk, I imagine I know it's the same problem as if you had a Superman game. If you play as the Hulk, you should feel powerful. You should just be smashing shit up and running amok. But you kind of didn't get it. And then the whole time I'm playing it as the Hulk, like all the characters in it are going, "There's something wrong with him. He's even more powerful." And I was like, "No, I'm not." So that was like breaking the immersion because it's like, no, I'm not perfect. But other than that, the gameplay was alright. The skill tree looked good. Like unlocking all the.
But that comment is a reaction to you doing these like super. So when you do the gamma stuff, a bit like how Hulk should be, the more it gets hit, the stronger you get.
Right. Okay.
Which is kind of what the Hulk is.
What the Hulk is.
So he gets angrier, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So when I can't remember what button you press. I think you press like R1 when he's
but even, I was doing that even when you're doing like the rage meter thing. But, it's still, I don't know, it didn't feel as powerful. And I know it's hard because you can't just have this character that at the beginning of the game just go around smashing everything up and invincible.
Yeah, you got to unlock him as well.
But that's one of the bugbears I had. But playing it, I think the least favourite character I played as was maybe Captain America in a beta. But it's got a good story. I'm interested in the story. And obviously the fight, I did like the fight against Abomination. I thought that was fun. And Camilla Khan playing as her powers, that was really good as well.
Yeah, it was quite surprising. She's really fun to play as, isn't she? You can the way she swings, you can so say how they're going to do Spider-Man. It's so obvious.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. But I thought it was good. I've still not like you. I've not played the beta, and now I'm going to go and pre-order it. I'll wait to see a little bit. But what I did play of it. I remember I was playing it while you was online, weren't we? And I said, it's surprising. But not a must for me.
Sure, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
I'm glad I'll give it a go.
I was pleasantly surprised of how much I enjoyed it, and it's exactly what I hoped it could be. Do you know what I mean? It's like a fun superhero game. I can jump in, play it by myself. I can play with friends, whoever else has got it. Occasionally, a bit like I do with the Division. I'm sure once you get later and the missions become a little bit harder, you probably do need to play with a group of you because it's going to be more difficult, which I will be fine with. But they actually released today the file size, and it's 90 gig, which is massive, which is I'm really pleased about, because I think Anthem was like 32 or something like that, which kind of shows how bare that game was. So to see that this is 90 gig, which I think is the current size of Elder Scrolls Online, which has got multiple expansions, which is a massive game. So to see that it shows that it is really has got a lot of it's going to have a proper story, and I think it's going to launch you a raid and all them things, extras afterwards. So I feel like there's going to be enough of the game there for me to say I got my money's worth. Yeah, definitely. And if I don't want to keep playing it in a couple of months' time, I'm sure there's going to be something else I'm going to be playing anyway in the amount of games coming out in October, November time. If it lasts me till then and whatever, then I'll be happy with that. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's the kind of game as well, like you say, you can just jump in and jump out. So, better than what I thought. And we'll wait and see if I buy it. Yes. So, does that move us on to our main topic? It does move on to the main topic. So, I think it's still keeping to the theme of video games, because there was video games announced, and we'll probably do a little bit deeper dive into those ones and our thoughts and our feelings or whatever about those. Yeah. But we were also going to discuss some of the movies and stuff that also got announced during the DC FanDOME. Yeah, we won't. It is FanDOME as well. It's FanDOME. Yeah, it's FanDOME. Yeah, he was with an E. I swear it was FanDOME. Like, do you know what I mean? Like FanDOME. Yeah, it makes sense for it to be that. But you're right. It did have an E. Yeah. Some of the stuff that was covered, we won't be going into. Like, I think they're talking about the Flash TV series is getting another season. I think it's up to his 7th season now. Yeah, but, I don't think there's nothing we can't discuss there. Me and you, I don't know if you still watch it, but I kind of dropped off of it. I dropped off maybe two seasons ago. One season ago. Same as me. I don't know how many more.
I think the last season I saw was his daughter had come back from the future, and that's how it ended. That's the last one I saw. So
yeah, you're same as me.
yeah,
And I tried picking up the following season when she was in it, and it was just, I don't know. I feel like the quality just really dropped.
Yeah.
I feel like with Arrow, I was really into that, and then all of a sudden it was like
terrible,
a season where it just, I don't know if the writers changed,
Yeah.
something could just, I don't know, just the quality just, it was like a
Dropped,
noticeable, maybe it was the budget, whatever, but.
Well, I wanted to watch the because there was that big crossover, wasn't there? The Crisis on Infinite Earth, and that was supposed to be quite good, but it was it was so long after it was in America that was in the UK, that by the time I could watch it, I just couldn't be bothered, so I didn't bother. I think
I think you had to watch all the other shows, didn't you? Like Supergirl.
So you could just
Legends.
download each episode from that. I think the reason it took so long for it to come out over here is because no UK channel was showing Batgirl and Batwoman, and that was part of it. I think eventually E4 picked it up, but that's what held it back apparently. But yeah, so although I said we wouldn't be talking about
all the others are on Sky One.
Yeah, Sky One. Yeah. Although I said we wouldn't be talking about it, we've actually spent a little bit of time talking about it. So, okay,
it's our show.
And there's some comics announced as well, because we won't be talking about them.
I think they're going to do a bit more deeper dive into like the cartoons and the comics in part 2, because they decided to do it in 2 parts because it was so much to just talk about.
Yeah,
there's going to be another one in a couple of weeks, like the beginning of September.
FanDOME 2.
We'll go into a deep dive into the anime stuff, animation.
Yeah,
which I think is really strong. DC animation movies are so good.
Yeah,
really good. Did you watch the Hush one, the Batman Hush?
No, I've read. See, a lot of the animated films, I've read the original comics, like Killing Joke and Hush. So I didn't watch the movies.
Yeah, the movies are good.
Yeah, I think this has actually been a bigger hit and a bigger success than Comic-Con was. So.
Yeah,
which is good to see. And it's good to see that DC have actually got some decent stuff coming out, because I know they've got a lot of crap compared to Marvel, and I wasn't a fan of Batman versus Superman and Justice League, but yeah, it's good to see that they're actually
it seems like a shame because
they've got an idea what direction they want to go, and they're going in it. So yeah, I'm glad that it's I'm glad for the $1 billion companies going to make more money. So. Yeah,
think of it as yourself, as a fan, as a consumer as a fan, you're getting better products. Yeah,
I'm just being cynical, Reese. I'm just being.
Oh, mate. Well, think as a fan that you're getting good stuff. You want this.
Can't be happy. Sorry.
Can be happy. Be happy. But yeah, no, as a big DC fan, like I said, I'm a bigger DC fan than Marvel.
Oh yeah, as you drink out of your DC mug there, yeah.
Yeah, as I drink out my Marvel mug. I think their storylines are a lot stronger than Marvel storylines, and I prefer their characters. But the MCU has kind of been so good; it's kind of just made Marvel this shining star, and I think DC got a little bit desperate, tried to copy it.
Yeah,
cut too many corners.
Yeah.
Like they got to think, like they tried jumping like 10 movies in with and they tried cramming too many things in one movie. We needed probably about 3 Batman movies before we got to Batman versus Superman, and it was it was too much. So they kind of look like they're kind of sat back and doing their own thing now.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Good. Yeah, like they've found their direction again, and then like you said about DC story-wise and characters, really. Comic-wise, I much prefer my DC stuff to Marvel.
Same.
The best, one of the best graphic novels I've ever read. I told you this the other day, but the best graphic novel I've ever read was Batman Long Halloween. So that was, and I don't know if you want to jump off as a little segue into, so we can talk about the Batman, because
we can do. Go for it.
Some people were saying that it's going to be a mixture between, like rumors are a mixture between Hush and the Long Halloween. So that's what I've heard. The trailer, I thought the trailer was really good, and I think a lot of people was like, not too keen on Robert Pattinson being in as Batman, but from the beginning, I thought he was all right. Like a lot of people had outcry when Ben Affleck was going to be Batman, and again, I was up for it. So I'm excited for this film. 2021, I think they're saying it's currently still in production, in it. I think so. All going
2021
well.
is when they've got the date out.
Obviously everything was delayed because of lockdown. So 2021 release, but we're just not sure when. But yeah, you saw Colin Farrell in there as the Penguin, like proper prosthetic, and didn't look nothing like him.
Was that really?
That was
I didn't even realize
Farrell,
that was him. Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, and obviously
it looks so good. The movie looks so good. The trailer looks really good. It's so gritty, and I quite like the year 1, year 2 Batman stuff. Anyway, I always find that the most interesting.
Yeah, it's set in year 2.
The beginning of his career and the end of his career, I think, are the most fascinating parts. Like you got like the Dark Knight Return stuff, which I think are fantastic. Graphic novels and the Frank Miller stuff, and then you obviously got the beginning stuff as well, which I also think are really good. So the fact that it's all focusing on that, and like you said, I never read the Long Halloween that you really like.
That's brilliant. Yeah,
I've got the graphic novel for Hush. I've never read it, but I've watched the movie that's based on it. Obviously, I know who he is from Batman references and stuff, and being a Batman fan. But yeah, no, really exciting. And I kind of tried to hold my judgment of Robert Pattinson, because when he first got announced, it's kind of like, oh, really? You can't really imagine him as Bruce Wayne, but did you really imagine Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne before? Not really.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I think it's changing it. People generally don't like change, but yeah, I'm up for it. It's set around year 2 of his career. And it shows as well, because like his suit isn't the most, by looks of it, isn't the most like up-to-date technical, and the Batmobile looks like a bit like a normal car, and
it's like a Mustang with a rocket on the back. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Really, really exciting. I don't know who the guy. There's like the main villain who you see in the trailer's got like tape around his face. That's why a lot of people are saying Hush.
Hush. I think the Riddler must be in it. I don't know if he is.
The Riddler. Yeah, the Riddler is in it. Yeah, I think the Riddler's going to be played by Paul Danan. I think that's who it is. Yeah, so apparently he's supposed to be amazing. Like this version of the Riddler is supposed to be really good.
In the trailer, you got a little card which is obviously given by the Riddler, which just says "to the Batman."
Yeah,
and it's got like a riddle on it, and people online have already encoded the actual code.
Oh, really?
What it said,
yeah. No,
but the riddle is something like, "What does a liar do after he dies?" And I think or something like that, something along those lines. I can't remember quite what it was. And I think the answer was, he still tells lies. I think that is what's written on like the glass or something like that. But yeah, it's been decoded or whatever.
I think the bit as well where you see Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman beat the shit out of that guy. I think that was just like
kills the guy. He's dead.
Yeah, well, you'd think
he's dead.
Yeah,
like he's splurted on the floor and he's still pumping his dead skull.
You'd think
they're still going to kill people. Jesus.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, Robert Pattinson can't do it. He's not tough." And they're like, "Right, put that scene in where he." I'm not going to say kills him, but he very, very much, hurts.
He's either a human vegetable.
Yeah, no.
You kind of hope he's dead because
he's pulling his punches. He might be pulling his punches. You never know.
I kind of hope he's dead for his own sake.
That man doesn't kill, so it's.
You said he wasn't dead. You not hear the gold crack?
Yeah, you heard the wet cracks. Yeah, but I'll reserve judgment until the. That's like that was like Batman versus Superman, when he is like, Batman is just riding around in the Batmobile with machine guns, just absolutely murdering everyone. I remember sitting there watching it, and I was like, or maybe like concussive rounds or something. And then at one point he grapple hooks a car and then uses it as a battering ram, and there's people inside it, and he's smashing all the other cars. And it's like, oh wow, he is killing people. This is
but he's probably killed people for years and we just not realised.
In the old films,
hits people.
In the old films, and like on Arkham Knight, when you're firing those concussive rounds out of the Batmobile, people are dead. So
yeah, the amount of times I've punched someone and they've fallen off a roof, like, you kind of hope these people are dying. If they're not dying...
Yeah, that's the same as Spider-Man as well, though. I remember when I was playing PlayStation Spider-Man, it was like knocking people off the roof, and I'm like, well, we ain't webbed them. They're dead.
Yeah. He's been splattered on the paper. Like, if he's surviving for his death, like, he doesn't want to kill anybody, he's got like a code, then I think you should go down and finish him. Like, do the main thing and finish him off.
Yeah, it's he murdered a lot of people. But yeah, the Batman, 2021, like I said, looks really good. Excited for it.
I think it's going to be like a cross between a bit more like comic booky Batman, and obviously not quite as grounded as Nolan.
Yeah,
because it looks a bit more like he's going to be like with the grappling hook going up, and I hope it is a little bit more comic booky, like a more
I think
but still very grounded.
Yeah, grounded, but a little bit more, fantastical.
Yeah, I think that blend will be really cool. And the combat when he did, obviously the scene we were talking about, reminded me very much of Netflix Daredevil.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of combat. And it's always like, whenever I watch Daredevil, because obviously Daredevil's got very close links with the combat and stuff in the darkness with Batman. And I always like, I really want a Batman kind of Netflix show, like set like this, like a year 1, year 2. And this is what I feel like we're getting. We're getting like that Netflix Daredevil, but Batman in a movie year 2. Yeah, I couldn't be more happier as a Batman fan. It looks so good.
Yeah, no, really looking forward to it. Really. Yeah,
plus, they're also HBO are doing a spin-off prequel to the Matt Reeves Batman called Gotham PD, and it's going to be set about how the corruption and how the Gotham police has got to the state it's in for the start of the movie.
Oh, okay, that's
a
really
HBO
good,
Max show.
Okay, so it's another one of these programs shows that we're not going to be able to watch in the UK because we ain't going to get HBO Max.
I guess Sky might buy or something. I don't know if it's really good, but we shall see.
Do you want to go on to the other film, so Suicide Squad 2, or do you want to do a game, or?
Try to start from the top and make our way down. Obviously, we started from the bottom, but so the first one that was shown was Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, really good. I really enjoyed the first Wonder Woman. I never saw it at the cinema. That was actually one of the first DC films, because I didn't go see it at the cinema because I went to see the others and I was like, no, these are a bit crap. So I stopped going out to the cinema to watch them. But yeah, Wonder Woman 84, when I saw it, was really good. Really enjoyed it. Really interesting setting as well.
Yeah.
And when the bits that are set on Themyscira, and I just thought it was a really strong film. And like I say, the first DC film in a while that I actually enjoyed. So the second one looks really good as well. It'd been good to know, spoiler alert, for the first one, how Chris
Pine?
Chris Pine's character come back, which is I can't remember what his name is. What's his name in the film, in the comics as well?
It's like a really common name.
Steve Trevor.
Yeah. Okay, Steve Trevor.
How he come back, because obviously he died in the first one. You assume he died. He got blown. He blew up in that plane. So it'd be interesting to see how it comes out. And there's some good villains as well. So and
also travels in time, because it seems to be.
Oh yeah.
He's like a bit bewildered that he's in the future in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, 66
80s obviously is called 84.
66 years from the first one. So he's come back from the dead and travelled through time, which is impressive.
Yeah.
And so like the villains in this is Maxwell Lord, the guy, Pedro Pascal, so the guy in Narcos and Game of Thrones and The Mandalorian most recently. DC super villain, and Kristen Wiig playing Cheetah. And you actually saw, this was the trailer where you actually saw her as Cheetah, but it was a bit dark. You couldn't really see. I couldn't really make out, what a lot she looked like. And I thought it's a bit weird. Like, so there's a bit in the trailer where you can do whatever you want or something along those lines. But Maxwell Lord says to her, I think that's what happened, and she decided to become a cheater. I don't know. I don't think I'd.
But unless you want to be a runner, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they said to me you could have anything, I'd be like, I have a code for Fortnite, please. That's we've established. That's what. That's what I'd have. But the trailer looked really good. The bit where she's like whipping, she's flying through the air by whipping the lightning.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I looked it up, and that bit within the jet. Maybe it's going to be the invisible jet. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, like the invisible jet from the comic. But
cool.
I looked it up on. Sorry.
Go on, say.
I looked it up to see when it was released and going to be released, and apparently it's got now a 2nd of October release, but whether or not that'll
really,
I don't know.
So
whether or not that'll actually stick, which is what, just over a month away. I don't know.
No,
I suppose that they might wait to see. what the numbers are from Tenet, because obviously that was the first big film to get released back in the cinemas.
Yeah,
So,
which I'm surprised they did actually.
Yeah,
Christopher
yeah, no,
Nolan
they
film would do that.
pushed it
It's quite
out.
surprising.
Yeah, no, sorry, what was you going to say before
I think they
said
should
about the
just
release
do
date?
home releases, even if they charge you a bit more. Or do both, like give people the option, because
Yeah.
they did charge you a little bit more, but then you could watch it at home.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
probably opt to spend a little bit more and just watch it at home, I have to be honest.
I do enjoy going to the cinema, but obviously it's going to be a different experience now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the things where I just kind of don't really want to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like a necessity to watch the latest movie. And now it's kind of like, we can now get away from that.
Well, I used to enjoy it because it was like, not an experience as in, oh my God, this is the best thing in the world. But it was like, going to the cinema, watching it with your mates and just having a bit of a laugh and watching a good film, which was good. Yeah. So hopefully it will come back. But 2nd of October, I'm very doubtful that it will come out to cinemas in just over a month.
We'll see. Hopefully releases sooner rather than later. I don't know. I think it looks good, and like you said, the Wonder Woman seemed to be like the first one off the DC slate to seem to like turned it around a bit. Although I didn't love it, I didn't hate Batman Superman like most people. I thought it was okay. It was very underwhelming because my expectation for that was very, very high. Like I quite like Man of Steel. I was very excited for two of my favorite superheroes being in the same movie, and I was very excited for it, and then it was very disappointing because of the expectation I had for it, but I thought it was okay, and I've watched it multiple times, and I watched like the extended version and things like that, and I think it's a little bit better. But I feel like Wonder Woman's one of them characters, a bit like with Marvel with like the Hulk or whatever, where it's kind of like, I think you're cool, but I don't really want to watch a whole movie about you.
Yeah.
And I would like you probably like as a character in another movie. A bit like I feel the same with like Aquaman. Like I think Aquaman's okay, but I don't really want to watch a movie about Aquaman.
Yeah.
Like if they did like a Aquaman Wonder Woman movie together, where maybe it's like the Amazons versus Atlantis or whatever, I think that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Or you had like, I don't know, another character in it, like another superhero, maybe Green Lantern or I don't know, another like two different heroes or the Flash or whatever, because like Batman's going to be in the Flash, and I don't know, something like that where I think, I don't know, obviously personal preference, people that are massive Wonder Woman fans are obviously going to love this, but my personal thing is kind of like, I like her, but not enough to be interested in a full movie of her own, if that makes sense. Although she's a massive character.
I've never read a lot of Wonder Woman stuff, but I really enjoyed the Wonder Woman film. I think it was strong. She, carried the whole film. So I thought it was good.
And she's a very, very beautiful woman. So
I don't know. I wouldn't know. Yeah,
you wouldn't know what?
No.
You have no opinion.
I only have eyes for the woman I'm with. So I'm gonna say.
Oh Jesus Christ! Like she listens.
Am I
to this
joking?
podcast.
No. She does. She listens.
Oh Wink at me. Two winks of what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't. So, that's fine. Fair enough.
I did. You just can't see. I've got small eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dots. They're like dots.
Yeah, like dots. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next one, which is we're finally going to talk about a game. Finally, the gaming podcast.
No, this is the movie podcast now. Sorry.
Yeah, we've got into movies. Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Trailers. Did you watch both trailers now?
I did. Yeah, I watched the actual cinematic trailer and then I watched the gameplay as well.
Yeah.
It looks good. This isn't a sequel to Arkham, even though you'd think it was because Batman's dead and then at the end of Arkham Knight, this isn't a sequel to any of the Arkham games, which is a bit odd. But it looked good. At the end, they revealed the Court of Owls
properly with the story.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Been issues.
The Court of Owls right at the end. So that's a lot of people were saying it was going to be just a Batman Court of Owls games. So then when they mixed it up and you don't play as Batman, but you play as like the Bat family, which I thought was pretty good. I think there's like leveling up, like tree, isn't there? So you have like very RPG-ish. RPG-ish, yeah. We don't know to what extent, But yeah, getting to play as, you know, it's people have been saying they want to play as Batman, but you're basically going to get to play as like 4 different Batmen. So
Yeah.
And like they've all. I don't know if you saw Batgirl's got a Bat bike, and yeah, I don't know if they're all going to have. I don't know if someone's going to have the Batmobile. Maybe Robin's going to have the Batmobile. But yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah. Does Nightwing? Does he have a vehicle? Does he have a motorbike as well?
I think Nightwing. I don't know. Maybe. I think he might have a motorbike as well, Red Hood. So
yeah,
they've all just got motorbikes. A few of them
might have stuff, and it's quite cool that obviously Tim Drake is Red Robin, is the youngest Robin. It's quite cool because obviously he's supposed to be one of the most intelligent Robins ever, and that he's hacked into like the satellites of like they said, and he can like teleport and stuff, which is really cool. So it looks like you're going to have a lot more powers, and I imagine the skill trees are going to be a lot bigger. I know this because I watched the gameplay trailer a few times. Like when Batgirl does her abilities, like there's one where she does all the bats, and you actually have a skill bar at the bottom, and it went down like you shared like 4 slots and things. So clearly, it's going to be a lot more of like a RPG-ish game.
Yeah.
And with obviously the number, like the actual damage numbers being on there and stuff, and it seems to be a lot more open. Like I feel like you can do the missions in different orders if you want to, because they mentioned about like a Mr. Freeze is a completely different opponent at level 5 than he's at level 15. And they said it's not just about stats, it's about his abilities as well. So if like different characters are going to have like different abilities, like the higher level they are, I think that's quite interesting. And
definitely.
Hopefully, I don't know if it is going to be this. Obviously, we need to wait for more news. But something that we mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned to you, or I mentioned on the podcast last week. But I really hope they introduce like the Nemesis system, where like the characters like remember you or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, especially with the talents and stuff, and they kind of remember you, and they grow, and they can level up and stuff if you don't like take them down. And I think I'm very much really looking forward to this game. I actually got loads of goosebumps when I watched the actual reveal trailer. Like, I thought it looked so good with, like, obviously you said, like, you got the code black with Batman, like Bruce Wayne saying that it was like, and like you said, you thought it would be linked to Arkham Knight because of the way that ended. But then obviously, I guess they thought if they did if they made it in the Arkham universe, probably a lot of villains wouldn't be able to be in the game.
Yeah, maybe.
Because of like previous stuff that happened. And they kind of like, do we want to lock out a lot of these big Batman villains?
Yeah.
Should we just like say it's a standalone game and make it a better game?
And I know, as you know, I'm not a fan of the big online stuff, but this is single or you can play co-op, so that'd be good. You can play the whole game single player if you want, but if like you've got it and I've got it, you can jump in and just.
I agree.
Have a few games too. So,
I have no problem with games where you can play by yourself, but then you have the option of playing co-op.
To do it,
when it's the only thing where you have to play co-op co-op is good and single player is bad, that's when you have a problem with it. That's when I always say like it depends on the game.
Yeah,
it's a bit like with Avengers. I think Avengers will be fine for just playing by yourself. But if you do play with someone else, it might be slightly more enjoyable.
More fun, yeah. Do
you know what I mean? Like you played a couple of missions by yourself. You don't need to play with anybody. And if I did get to play with you, you probably would have thought, this is good as well. I think that's going to be the same. It's going to be like you could happily play. I'll probably play 80, maybe 90% of that game by myself. But there might be a couple of missions where I might play with you, someone else. And do you know what I mean? I think that having that option is not a bad thing as long as it doesn't take away from the single player.
Yeah, no, definitely,
I'm all for.
I completely agree with you there. I'll just quickly. I know this one. I know it might be annoying you, but I'm going to go off list again. I'm just going to knock out a few small ones. So Black Adam. No trailer. It was just like a weird, like an odd animation trailer, weren't it? I think so. I think they must say.
Well, it was just concept art, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was no trailer or whatever, and it was just a Rock talking about the Rock. There was one point when he was talking about him having similar speed and strength to Superman, and I was kind of like, is he talking about the Rock or is he talking about Black Adam? I wasn't sure. Like honestly, I felt like at one point he was actually talking about himself. It was like we've got similar speed, and we was like to him, and I'm one of the most powerful characters in the universe, and I was like,
are you in character now, or
yeah? Are
no.
you Black Adam, or
Yeah.
what's going on?
I think
you should watch it. It's quite funny.
They must have thought they needed to show something, so like quickly, hurriedly, put together some animation to do it, and it looks like he's going to be, because he's a villain, really, but it looks like he's going to be like some sort of anti-hero at first.
Yeah, well, Black Adam is kind of a hero, but he's, in his own way, I suppose.
Yeah.
No mercy and brutal,
I suppose all villains think they're the good guys, really.
He's Shazam.
Yeah.
Or the original.
Obviously, that one didn't have a release date because they've not even done anything on it. We spoke about Aquaman. You mentioned Aquaman on Aquaman 2. I think it's December 2022.
I don't remember that being there.
Yeah, and The Flash, I think that is 2022 as well.
The Flash was there, and they showed the suit concept art again, and they showed the suit. Going back to the Black Adam quickly, I think the JSA is going to be in it, so like Hawkman and
I've heard that. Yeah, they're going to have their Hawkman.
It got announced there, and what's his name? What's the doctor wearing then with the one with the mask, the helmet?
Dr. Fate.
Yeah, Dr. Fate. Yeah, is also going to be in it stuff, which
that's pretty cool.
Which will be quite cool to see him in a movie and stuff. So you've never seen him before. So
that'd be really good. Yeah. No, I thought I'd just mention those little ones just so we can, say that we've gone. But again, there's not really a lot of stuff on them. So but it's good to know that they've got a few, down the pipeline. No,
definitely. I agreed. Yeah. No, I'm kind of semi-excited about Black Adam because I was always, although he's quite a niche anti-hero villain character in the DC universe, I quite liked him. Mm-hmm. And I actually did buy he did have a limited run, and I did actually have all the comic books for his limited run. I think it was only like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And I even had like the first edition, and I had like the variant cover. It was like this shiny one of him like breaking out with the lightning and stuff, and it was really cool. He's I think he's quite a cool character.
Yeah, no, it'd be good when we start getting some more trailers and that. So I'll leave it up to you now. You might want to go back to your list after I've disrupted your list again.
No, it's cool, mate. The only one thing I'm going to say about Gotham Knights is that it's coming out in 2021.
Yeah,
say that.
Yeah, sorry, 2021.
And it's will be on current gen and next gen.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's for me. I'll be getting it on current. You'll be getting it on next. So.
Yes, I will be getting it on next. If next is coming out, we don't know when.
If
they keep saying it's going to be 2020, but would you be shocked if they delayed it and said, actually, we're going to use the old coronavirus again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Due to the pandemic, it's actually coming out in 2021 now. They keep saying it's not, but.
I wouldn't be surprised, I
wouldn't be surprised either, but maybe these, I don't know, the slave factories or wherever they're making these things are like making them work double time now to get these like 10 million units made.
Yeah, as I say, they pumped up their volumes, didn't they? So
doubled it from 5 to 10. Well, after Microsoft show, and they're probably like, ugh.
Yeah,
I think the demand for this is going to be, although they're not announcing it, it's not a bad thing, is it? Because everybody's talking about it. People just keep talking about it, and it's like they're just creating more anticipation, more buzz. Everybody's talking about it. It's creating more.
So when it does finally drop, it's going to be a big deal. Yeah,
and then they're probably going to say, "This is the release date. This is the price. There's going to be a limited stock to create this anticipation that you've got to get it straight away." Yeah, it will sell out straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
By 2021, you probably won't be able to buy one for quite a while, I reckon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can be one of the lucky people that gets it.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. No.
The next one on our list is Suicide Squad, the movie by James Gunn.
Okay, yeah. So this looks a lot better than the first film because the first film was absolute dog shit.
Yeah, that was really bad. Yeah.
It looks really good. Obviously, a lot more characters, a lot more more weirder characters as well. I think the only one from the original film, is Harley Quinn. So obviously Margot Robbie. So she's the only one. And Rick. Yeah, I don't know if Captain Boomerang. I know Rick Flag's back. It looks like Captain Boomerang, is it? I've just got a list.
Same actor as well.
Yeah. Jai Courtney. I've got a list, but it's only showing the new ones. So but yeah, Rick Flag's back. Yeah, like you say, Captain Boomerang and Harley Quinn. I'll just go through quickly and then we'll talk a bit more about it, about the new characters. So we've got Bloodsport, which is Idris Elba. It looks kind of like I don't really know anything about him, but he uses guns, so maybe he's a bit like Deadshot.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Stereotyping,
new Deadshot.
He's replaced Will Smith.
Yeah, you got Savant, which is played by Michael Rooker. So
yeah, what's his powers then?
He is he includes being a certifiable genius, especially with computers and hand-to-hand fighting. The downside is he struggles with short-term memory. So yeah, that's his abilities. So
okay, sounds like an interesting character.
Yeah, you got Javelin, and he is he throws javelin. So
okay, well that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that.
It's got here a little thing I'm reading. It says he's German. He tried to fight the Green Lantern. What more do you need to know? He's
German. His nationality is like the first thing.
Yeah, so he's German. He tried to fight the Green Lantern, and the man who would become Javelin was an Olympic athlete. For some unknown reason, became a criminal. So that's his backstory.
Ooh,
one of the more interesting ones.
Where's Green Lantern? I want a Green Lantern movie. Give me it.
Well, you don't want to.
They were talking about it for ages, weren't they?
The one you had. So.
Oh no, we don't talk about Ryan Reynolds one, but a new Green Lantern movie would be fantastic. I'm sure they'll probably not do. What's his name? Jordan? Is it Jordan? What's the Green Lantern's name?
Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan, that's it.
Yeah, and you got.
I was going to say Jordan Howe. I don't know why.
Yeah, you got Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner. And then there was another one. I can't remember what the other guy
Stewart? Is it something Stewart?
Yeah, John Stewart.
John Stewart. Yeah. I think they'll go with John Stewart.
Or a lot of people. I think a lot of people were fans of Kyle Rayner. He was a big. Okay. So it could be anyone. I think Guy Gardner in the original comics. It turned out, well, obviously then afterwards, the ring could have gone to Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner, and then it just chose. It went to Hal Jordan instead, but cool. The next new one of the more interesting ones is Polka Dot Man, the Polka Dot Man's career is short and bizarre, but he's a guy who developed a costume covered with dozens of polka dots. Each one transforms into a useful item when torn off his suit, like a buzzsaw, a flare, a throwing projectile, or even a getaway vehicle. So that one sounds really. Yeah, like crazy. So that does sound a bit mental. Fun. Yeah. You got the Rat Catcher, which you kind of find some stuff of his in one of the Arkham games, didn't you? And I think he's in the first one.
Okay.
He lives in the sewers and he can talk to rats and he can control armies of rats.
Oh wow, that's a really shit power, isn't it? Like how all the animals you could talk to, you talk to rats. Like
you got King Shark, which I like. King Shark. He's in Flash a few times. So he's basically
cool. He's also in the game.
Giant, like great white shark that can talk.
What more do you need to know?
Well, exactly. Yeah, he's just a shark man. He likes to eat people.
He's got legs as well, by the way.
Yeah. He's got legs. Yeah.
He's walking around.
Yeah. So it always says he's a shark man. He likes to eat people. Sometimes it's not that complicated, which is true. Yeah, that's.
So when did he stop being fish, and when does he start being man? Is it above the waist or below the waist? Has he got balls?
I don't know. I reckon he's probably got the anatomy of a shark. Yeah. I reckon.
Yeah, he's got fish bits. Yeah.
Yeah, fish bits. Yeah, fish stick.
He's got fish fingers.
Yeah. It's the next one is the Peacemaker played by John Cena, and it's got while he's normally a good guy, in the first behind the scenes footage from the Suicide Squad, John Cena described the Peacemaker as a douchey Captain America. Basically like a Captain America figure, but it can be a bit of a prick by the sounds of it. Yeah. Some of these I don't know. I've never read any. So I've never read anything about with the Peacemaker in it. The next one is the Thinker, played by Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
So a modern version of
the Flash as well, wasn't he?
Was it the Think? No, it is Thinker. I thought he might have said the Tinker. It's the Thinker, yeah. So the Thinker,
Which one was in the Flash? Was that the Tinkerer then?
The Tinkerer, yeah. Like Mark Hamill was the Tinkerer, yeah. Like he played like the poor man's Joker, didn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, the modern version of the thinker is so intelligent that the ability to consider all variables and motivations nearly amounts to clairvoyance. The downside is that his brain needs so much energy that it's permanently aged him. For all we know,
I think the Thinker was in The Flash as well. He was like one of the main villains. Yeah, do you not
maybe I
remember?
did.
And he had the woman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he was like in that hover chair, and
that was
okay. Yeah, no, you're right now. Yeah, sorry. I've completely forgot about that. It just the picture I'm looking at here looks totally different to what was on the Flash.
I know you mean, yeah.
So yeah, that's the Thinker, and then we've got Blackguard, played by Pete Davidson. Blackguard does not have.
Is he just a black guy that's a guard?
No, it's just he's a white guy. It says it's the guy who's in that film. What was that film that came out? Something Staten Island that came out this year. I can't remember what it was. He doesn't have an extensive history in DC Comics. He fought Booster Gold and lost. He got kicked out of his criminal syndicate because he fought Booster Gold and lost. That's really all the information everyone in there.
Oh wow.
And then you've got TDK, played by Nathan Fillion. And it's got here, I can't find any evidence that TDK is an existing DC Comics character. This could mean that he's original creation. It could also mean that he's even more obscure than usual. I've heard some things, though. There's a character called Arms Fall Off Boy. Like, I listened to another podcast.
That's not real. It is.
I've listened to another podcast, and they said that it looks like, because he was rumoured, Arm Falls Off Boy was rumoured to be in one of these films. So his character kind of resembles some of the concept art for that. So he could be Arms Falls Off Boy. You know,
what's his power?
His arms fall off. Yeah, maybe he can take his arm off and hit.
Back. The Rat Talker's got a good power. That has now gone to the top of the list of the shittest power ever.
For Nathan Fillion, though, that you can imagine it'd be like a good character. Like,
I'm going to call you Knob Fall Off Boy.
Yeah, well, this is Arm Fall Off Boy.
Knob Fall Off Boy is here to save the day. His knob just falls to the ground.
Well, there was a DC character which had, like, one of his powers was he had like a cannon where he's like on his groin.
Jesus.
Yeah, so there's some weird, and like I told you the other day, there used to be that Spider-Man villain called Mr. Fister. So yeah, back in the day they had some weird. There's no fisting involved.
Yeah.
The next
I wonder
one,
if he'll be in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
we'll put him in Spider-Man 2.
The main villain.
Yeah, it'd be a side mission. Yeah. Get fisted.
The next one is played by Sean Gunn. So obviously he directs his brother, and he's called Weasel. So in his first incarnation, Weasel was a man who couldn't hack it as an academia, so he dressed up as a weasel and started murdering his competition for tenure. In his modern incarnation, he's a bloodthirsty and anthropomorphic weasel. So he's like a humanoid weasel.
He's an angry rocket. Or angrier rocket.
Yeah, and he like full size as well. It looks actually quite weird. And the last one on here is Mongol, played by Mei Ling Nung. I might be saying that name wrong. I don't know. So Mongol is the daughter of a space conqueror, Mongol ruler of Warlord, a planet designed only for gladiator battles, and she's a big get for the Suicide Squad. Because her dead old yellow dad regularly goes toe to toe with Superman, and he's basically got all his powers. So that's the last new one. And then, like you say, cool. we've got some of the old ones as well. So
it looks loads better, like you said, than the other one, and I'm really excited for it. James Gunn was the guy that made Guardians, right?
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So they were really fun, goofy movies, and I wasn't interested in Guardians of the Galaxy at all before those movies come out, and now they're arguably some of my favorite movies in the MCU. They're so fun, especially the first one. It's so funny, and I think Guardians are probably even like in like the big Avengers movie when you want that comic relief within it. Do you know what I mean? I think there's such good chemistry. So if he can even capture, I don't know, a quarter of the magic from their movies, it's going to be they're going to be good, which I'm sure he can. So yeah, there's some loads of interesting characters. I'm sure it's going to be probably funny at the same time as a bit silly and stuff. So
yeah, they said it's like it's kind of like an 80s war movie or something. I think they like compared it to, didn't they? So
okay,
yeah, you're looking at it, and it does look really good. So I was excited for the first one, and I got disappointed, but this one hopefully will be a lot better than that one.
Yeah, well, the first one was surprisingly poor.
It was really bad, really bad.
Yeah. What's the next one? Snyder Cut.
Okay.
So the kind of my biggest thing with this, which I know I joked about before, but then they actually said it's actually real. It's going to be 4 hours. Well, 4 1 hour parts, which kind of makes me think: is that going to be released at once? Are you going to release them in bits, which I imagine it probably will be in bits?
Yeah, they're breaking it up. I don't think they know if no one knows if it's going to be like week to week or whatnot. But yeah, it's going to be broken down to 4 1 hour segments. So a bit more easier to digest. I dare say some people will want to watch it as the big 4 hour, like proper marathon.
It will probably be like a Blu-ray 4 hour thing, of course.
Yeah, it's coming to HBO Max again, which I was looking up before the podcast. They don't know how people in the UK or outside America who ain't going to get HBO Max, how they're going to be able to watch some of these shows and that, because obviously we don't have it.
They said they've got plans for international fans. They're not sure how. Yeah.
Where I read, it said a lot of HBO stuff goes on to Sky Atlantic, Sky Comedy, and they work with they like kind of work with Channel 4 as well over here. So maybe some of the stuff will go on those channels. But yeah, it does. What we saw of it, obviously, you see Dark Side in it, which is actually spelt Dark Seed. So it's actually spelt like, it's not spelt Dark Side.
Yeah, I know, that's right.
Yeah. It looks like there's going to be more of the post-apocalyptic stuff, which it was the best part of the, of Batman Superman. I like that the best. And it looks like each character is going to get a little bit more, fleshing out, like Cyborg, who literally didn't do nothing in the first version.
Yeah.
So it looks really. Yeah, it does look good. Again, I was excited for the other one. Actually, no, I wasn't.
No guarantee that this movie's going to be better, though.
No, yeah.
I am quite excited for no reason at all. I'm actually quite excited to watch it. But it could be 4 hours of, well, like we said, the first version or the Wheaton cut or the cinema cut, whatever you want to call it, was really bad. And it's kind of like, okay, you're reshooting pretty much I think you said he's reshooting every edit that Wheaton did. So he's redone it all again. So we're not going to see the mustache on Henry Cavill or anything like that, and Superman's in a black suit, and then redoing how he gets resurrected. And I don't know, there's a lot of things that needed to be corrected. And I think it can only be better, and I will obviously watch it. The only thing that depends for me is how long it takes for the UK to get it. Because if we're not getting it pretty much when the US is getting it, I'm either going to be, I've got a VPN already on my Mac. So I'm going to put VPN, put US, and I'm just going to subscribe to HBO Max, however much that costs, if it's not too expensive. If not, I might download it illegally, if I'm honest with you, just because I don't want to wait. Because if we've got to wait like months and months.
Like when Disney Plus come out,
with the Mandalorian,
everyone was going back to Mandalorian, and then we was just waiting patiently.
Yeah, it was like, what is Baby Yoda thing on Twitter trending for I had no clue what it was, but I will download it as soon as it's out, available in America. I'm not waiting.
Not really much more to say on that. We're going to wait to see. Wasn't a fan of the first one. Like you say, this one can only be better.
Yeah, agreed. Last but not least, is the Suicide Squad game by Rocksteady. I almost said Rockstar, but
So this is set in the Arkham universe. So
surprisingly,
don't know whereabouts, and obviously, but this is set in the same universe as the Arkham games. So you never know, it might be a cameo Batman. You never know.
Well, Batman would definitely be in it.
You reckon?
Well, it's Kill the Justice League.
Oh but Batman's not always on the roster, is he? So
I would say so. I think he's one of the main members of Justice League. Well, you would say Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, The Flash, Aquaman have to be in it, and
Yeah,
then
but
I
what
think all the
happens
extras
if,
are extras, like Cyborg and
he's on holiday with Alfred? You know, he's just having a break. You never know.
possibly.
But yeah, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see obviously all the Justice League members that are in it. I'd like to see Green Lantern in it. I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
And it looks like from the trailer, because there's no gameplay, it's just a cinematic. Looks like Brainiac is obviously behind it. Some sort of brainwashing. I did like that bit of the trailer where like Captain Boomerang comes back and is like, so do you find out who Target Alpha is or what it was, and then he turns around and it's Superman and he's like, oh fuck, you know, that was
it was fun. And there seemed to be some humor in there as well, with him talking about with Deadshot saying he never misses and was like, we know he never fucking shut up about it. So and he's clearly going for some comic.
It looks like Captain Boomerang's got some sort of like Speed Force boomerang where he can zip around. And Deadshot's got some sort of jetpack that doubles as a flamethrower.
It reminded me a little bit, I know you said about the Flash, but it actually reminds me more of New Light, Infamous, where you had the girl and she had the purple neon where you could like, it looks, I think it'll be similar to that.
No, that looked good. So they've all got their own way of getting around, traversing. So like the boomerang, jetpack for Deadshot, King Shark's kind of like the Hulk where you can just jump around and
he's got two cleavers though, hasn't he? Just like slicing people up and stuff, which is
Harley Quinn's got like a grapple gun. So again, this is single player or co-op as well. So it looks. I don't know if did they say a release date? Did it have a release date?
2022. And it is only next gen.
Okay, yeah, it would make sense because by then we're going to be deep into next gen. So it actually looks. He looks really good. Like. Again, don't mind it being a single player, and then you can play as co-op as well. Yeah,
same as the other one, as long as it doesn't suffer from being a multiplayer. I think this will probably be a little bit more multiplayer. Than probably the Montreal game, just because obviously it seems a bit more like a 4-player co-op game. I imagine all 4 characters could probably be occupied. But obviously there's no gameplay and there's not much been told about it, so it's hard to say. I'm really intrigued of how this is going to work because it's like, how can you possibly even fight Superman?
Yeah, well, it's nice as well. Like, I sorry to cut you off about the fighting Superman, but it was nice to see another city that isn't Gotham because it actually looked I know like there was those zombies and that around, but it looked sunny and it looked. You know,
it's very odd to see Rocksteady not do this dark, gritty Gotham. It's now a very bright metropolis. But obviously you're gonna have Brainiac going over the top.
In a weird way, it kind of reminded me of the one of the Xbox One launch titles, like that
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive, it's very much like it's like that. So. But like you say, no trailer, no lot of detail, so we have to wait to see more of that coming down the line. I dare say there'll be a lot next year.
And Rocksteady are so good because they're prodigy because of the Arkham games. You kind of almost trust that it's going to be quality. And obviously they've been working on it for so long, you kind of trust that the gameplay is going to be good, it's going to be fun.
Tight.
The story is going to be good. I'm really intrigued to see how they're going to use the Justice League members as like villains. And it's so brave to do that because you would think it's so much easier to sell a Justice League game. Like you're playing as Superman, Batman, the Flash. Do you know what I mean? These are like we're having an Avengers game. It's a lot easier to sell that than a team that kills the Avengers in Marvel. Do you know what I mean? Like they could have done that, but it's interesting that they've gone the other way. And probably if you was going to talk about the pedigree of 2 studios, I would say Rocksteady are probably a lot better studio than
Montreal.
Do you know what I mean? Because obviously they got the Tomb Raider games, which I think are great, but I don't think they're quite on the level as the Arkham games, in my opinion.
So it's not Square, is it? It's Warner Brothers.
No, I'm comparing the Avengers.
Oh, to Avengers, sorry.
The developers making Avengers is the same developer that made the Tomb Raider games.
Raiders,
and obviously they used to make Arkham, so... A lot of trust is there, but I am very excited.
overall, it's a really good, like conference. A lot of good stuff there. Made a lot of big announcements, and with our Gotham Knights coming out next year. Obviously don't know when. Could be actually in a year's time. It might not come out till late.
When do you reckon? Summer, late summer, I reckon. I'd September.
I'd say September time. Yeah, nothing really big gets released during the summer, does it? So
August,
September time.
I don't know why. I feel like that's when the Batman games all used to come out. I know Night came out in the summer because that was during the E3, wasn't it? Pretty sure that came out in like June. Strangely enough, I don't know if that was because it got delayed and they really used to really follow gaming news back then. But I'm pretty sure the other ones came out like September, October. Maybe it did come out in October. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But anyway, stop me from rambling on about stuff I don't know about.
Exciting times.
Anyway, we'll wrap it up with this day in gaming, Brad.
Oh, this day in gaming. A little jingle. This day in gaming. Good,
wow. Okay, this is a little bit more soulful today than last week. You sounded like you was dying.
Yeah, last week was last week was.
I quite like the old one, to be fair.
I'll do it as the outro then. So
okay.
So this day in gaming, where I get my where I go to it is called Moby Games, I think it is. I've lost the page. They're doing all right. I'm just but then they've got this game as it got released today. But then I've seen other places that it got released earlier. But I'm going with it because I was struggling to find a game. So on this day in 2007, so the 24th of to the day we're recording, so the 24th of August 2007, a game got released which I loved, and that game was apparently BioShock.
Okay, so cool.
A massive game. I remember when I got the steel case edition. So got that, and I still have it now. Even though I got rid of most of my
the original games. BioShock, which was Xbox.
Xbox 360 exclusive. Yeah, so
you're talking about the 360 release date, or when it came onto PS3?
360 release. Yeah, 360 release. So
it's that's probably where the confusion comes from then, because there was 2 release dates, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it's around. But the other one said the 21st, but I'm just taking it as the 24th because I needed to. So, BioShock, obviously you've played it. I played it back in the day when it was out only on 360.
Okay, do you mean to clear up the confusion?
I'll say no.
Okay, go on then, if you want. Anyway. So the release date in the US was the 21st.
It's staying gaming from now on.
The release date in the US was the 21st. The EU release date was the 24th.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, that's brilliant because that's when I searched. I searched the UK one, so that's cool. Yeah, so you've played it, obviously. Amazing game. Amazing setting, rapture from the beginning when you go to the lighthouse and you go down in the lift down into actual rapture, and you've seen what it is and how it's falling apart, and then you piece together using all those all the recordings to see what actually happened, and then that big twist. I'm not going to spoil it because they released it on obviously PS4 a little while ago.
Yeah, I think people have had enough chances to play it. And it was a free game as well.
Yeah,
I said Andrew Ryan, was that
Andrew Ryan? Yep, Andrew Ryan was a bad guy. And what was the other guy's name? I can't remember the other guy who talks to you over the radio, who turns out to be a bad guy. Atlas.
I can't remember.
Atlas. Just a really good game. It come out the Metacritic scores. So on 360, it got 96 out of 100.
Yeah.
So it was obviously.
I don't know why. Why is that compelling me? I've got it because I've got the collection. I bought it and then also I downloaded it on PSN. But I just saw on this page that it came out on the Switch on the 29th of May. Why am I really compelled to buy it on the Switch now?
Oh no, yeah, I saw that it come out on the Switch, and because imagine playing it on the Switch, it'd be brilliant.
Why do I want to buy that? That's really weird.
Yeah. What was I going to say? It got best original soundtrack when it came out, best writing, story, and best art director. Art direction, and it was nominated for Game of the Year in 2007. And it won the award for PC Game of the Year. So, obviously, massive hit, followed by 2 two sequels. Number 2 was I really like number 2, and number
it's very
3.
interesting, wasn't it? With the little sisters, and you had the
Exactly, yeah. You can harvest them or rescue them and
it
fighting
was,
the big daddies. I've actually got the figures for the Big Daddy Bouncer, the Big Daddy Rosie, and I've got the figure for the Big Sister as well.
Okay, that's cool.
Not here. They're in storage with the rest of most of my stuff. But yeah, it's a big fan of that franchise. And if you wanted to get the original 360 version, I don't know why, but if you wanted to, this is the little I put in every each week. Now you can get it on eBay for £2.66, the original one. So yeah,
it's a very good game. It's a very good game.
Yeah, no,
I never played it originally on last gen, because obviously originally came out on 360. But yeah, another one, a bit like Mass Effect. Always wanted to play it, and then when the collection came out, I did buy it straight away, and I did play it then. So it's a little bit more in my recent memory. Yeah, fantastic game. It still holds up, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. Hopefully. Yeah, Brad, and we know you've got.
I'm just showing you. I've got to show you. I'm sitting next to show you. Sorry. Yeah, no.
And so yeah, I am looking forward to the new one. Obviously, it's a completely new studio or developer, that's making it. So I kind of hope they can keep up with the legacy, because it's such big shoes to fill, as we've seen from BioWare,
big daddy shoes to fill. So
big daddy shoes to fill, exactly, and a bit like what BioWare have been doing with all their franchise. They kind of ruined. Although we keep saying we want a new KOTOR, but do we really want a new Knights of the Old Republic? Because BioWare don't seem up for the. Do you know what I mean? Are they just going to ruin it? Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's best that we. Although, come on, if I could have any game, that would be up there quite high on my list. If I can. If I can get a new one of those.
That was the reason why I didn't go college. That game. So that's.
It ruined my life. That game.
Ruined my life. Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't want another one. Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, that was this. That was this day in gaming. So.
Okay, a great one. Outro.
I was like, this day in gaming. Here you go. You wanted it. You got it. The fans love it. Yeah. It's another long one this week as well. So
you get bang for your money or whatever.
Yeah, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
The last segment that we normally got is what we've been playing and watching, but I feel like we've already done that. So
yeah.
I'm just going to be. I haven't got anything to add.
No, carry on with posts and
we round out the show with socials and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people where they can find us?
Yeah, so you can find us and like us and subscribe us. And if you see us on the street, shout at us. Just shout that
scream.
Like it, even though you don't know what we look like. So. So Twitter.
If you want to do the bread outro in the streets to me, I will appreciate it.
What, the This Day in Gaming one?
Yeah, this